What's up, guys? Out here with another video, and today I want to talk about Kamala Harris in particular. And this is not a political video trying to get people to vote a certain way, sway people to choose a certain political party or anything like that. You guys know that's not what I do. Um, but what I do want to talk about is why is it so important to have a consistent worldview? And I want to be able to use Kamala Harris as a prime example because I just think that it's really, really important for people to understand the decisions that they make and who they decide to have representing them in any type of political office or um, any type of form of authority. Now, as we all know, Kamala Harris, she just got picked as Joe Biden's VP running mate. And before that, she was running for president herself, but she didn't get enough votes, um, and she didn't win enough delegates to be able to, make it to the primaries to be picked as the primary person to represent the Democratic Party. Okay, whatever the case is, there's people, saying that she didn't get enough of the black vote, she didn't get enough, votes from women, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, what prompted me to do this video is because she, okay, so if you guys seen the debates, and I think it was maybe last year, or either 2018, either 2018, 2019, when they were doing the Democratic debates. I think it was 2019. And she basically just slammed and trashed Joe Biden. And, Joe Biden had some allegations against him about, some women had come forward saying that he had handled them inappropriately. He was mishandling them. Some sexual abuse allegations that, Joe Biden was really, touchy feely, handsy, soliciting women for sex and things of that nature. Just your political garbage, political gossip, stuff like that. And then also, she insinuated during the debate that he was a racist guy because back in the '60s or back in the '70s he was against busing, and he said some things that may seem racist, which would mean racist today. Something to the effect of he didn't want his children to end up going to school in a jungle or something like that, to that effect. I don't really keep up with a lot of that stuff. But anyway, it was something like that that was said, and Kamala Harris, she basically, trashed him for that, saying that, it seemed like he was racist, and she was asking him, was he, since he was opposed to that back then, would he still be opposed to it now? Does he recant that? And he kind of didn't recant it. So she was trying to insinuate the guy was racist, and he was a misogynist, and especially with this whole Me Too movement, women claiming that men have done things. So I'm not saying that some of these allegations are invalid, but Kamala Harris basically just stuck to her guns and just said, "Yeah, I believe that these women that have come forward on Joe Biden are basically telling the truth, right?" So then now Joe Biden picks her as his VP running mate. Now, me personally, I believe it was somebody behind him making this decision. I don't think it was him. That's just me personally. But she's running as vice president alongside of Joe Biden, who just last year said that he was, yeah, and I think it was last year when these allegations came out about these women, and she insinuated that the man was a racist. Now, this tells me two things about Kamala Harris. Okay, number one, either Kamala Harris is a person who, despite a person's character, in order to have a position, she is willing to kind of, look past certain things. She's willing to turn her head to certain things and join up with somebody in order to land a certain position, which is dangerous. Okay. And the second thing is that if these things are not true, then Kamala Harris is like a person who is willing to lie or exaggerate the truth in order to get a certain position. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost as if, she lies, or it's like, if she lied to try to become president by trashing Joe Biden. If these things that, if these are things that she really didn't believe in, it's like she's willing to get on stage in front of millions of Americans and lie to get a position just to trash the next person. Or she's willing to speak her mind about how she feels about someone, but if they offer her a position and she's willing to, kind of, you know, cut a blind eye to what a person has been accused of, whether it's true or not, she's willing to look past that and join with a person who may not be a very moral person. And this is where us as Christians, we have to be careful about these things. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I see a lot of people who call themselves Christians, and they're supporting Kamala Harris. Despite these two things. I mean, you can't get around it. You can't explain how 1 minute you're totally against Biden and then the next minute you're right alongside him. You know, and as a Christian, you have to have a consistent worldview. This is why Jesus just reiterated that, do not be unevenly yoked with unbelievers. I'm sorry, that wasn't Jesus, that was Paul. Paul said, do not be unevenly yoked with unbelievers. Like what fellowship does light have with darkness? You know, it's just plain and simple. And you have to learn how to take a stand. You can't just be jumping on a bandwagon just because you may think that you may be able to benefit from a certain situation. Just like I was on a panel this past weekend with Rick Caldwell. You guys go and check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Again, that's Rick Caldwell, Caldwell. Got some great content on his channel. And I was on a panel, and you can also see that video as well. And we were talking about social justice in the church and, things of that nature. And it's just dangerous when you have Christians, especially if you are a believer, you claim to be a believer, and you're willing to side with people who have inconsistent worldviews. You see what I'm saying? Because now it shows that you have an inconsistent worldview as well. And I just want people to think about that, before you get so wrapped up in politics and before you think that just because a person is of a certain skin color or you guys may agree on certain things that kind of automatically gives you a pass to be able to just side with these people. We have to show our allegiance to God first. And, it's like me. I may agree with some people politically, but at the same time, I'm not, there's no way that I would want to join arms and lock hands with people who have the wrong view of morality, whose morality is inconsistent, you know. But anyway, I just want to go ahead and make this quick video, guys, and kind of point that out. Kamala Harris is, no matter how you slice it, her picking this VP spot should tell you a lot about her morale and her character. And it seems like she's willing to do whatever she can do to land a certain position. So you guys think about that. Even when it comes to you working with people, certain jobs, just dealing with people in general. So anyway, guys, If you like what you seen, like what you heard, like, rate, share, comment, subscribe, and you guys have a blessed day.